Guys, IGTV! What?
Want to tell a little story time about
Matt, you want to tell them a little story time? Matt, you want to tell them a story time?
I didn't do
Matt,
anything.
you're about to kill my dog?
I didn't do anything.
There's two stories. So there's the Winnie story too.
I could tell that. Okay.
I almost killed Piper. I'm sorry. I learned, do not stack a bunch of chocolate on the counter and leave Piper for 5 minutes because she'll eat 15 pieces.
15 pieces.
But how do you not know that after knowing Piper for so long?
I didn't know she could reach that far. She has long arms.
She's a boxer.
Piper dies, Matt is fired, and everybody has the right to go and unfollow him. So Winnie almost died. Let me tell you the story. So, my mom, it's Thanksgiving Day. We don't really have many plans for Thanksgiving. So we're all just kind of doing what we want to do. And then my mom was going to go over to Jane's house, one of our close family friends. You know what a family friend is? Is that what a family friend is? Like, do you just call them family? Or like a family friend, do they have to actually be family?
Yeah.
Like, is Matt like a family friend?
I'm fat.
He's
So yeah. So me and Haley, I wanted to go, but Haley was like, no, I don't want to go. So I was like, fine, I'll stay with you because I have a car. So I was like, fine, I'll just drive you if you want to go later. Plus, I really wanted to clean my room because I had just gotten back from New York. So I'm cleaning my room, and the thing is that Piper's really smart and like knows how to open doors, right? So that's just a little foreshadowing. So my mom leaves, and we have, I probably shouldn't say how many doors we have, but we have one door somewhere. I'm nervous that people are gonna like break into her house. So we have a door, and I'm in my room, I'm cleaning, I'm doing my thing, and while I'm doing this, Piper lets herself outside. Not really that unusual, she does it a lot. But Winnie this time, who normally stays inside, prances out. There's also 2 gates at her house. And Winnie somehow knows how to get outside of one of them. So weird, but Piper doesn't even know how to do it. Winnie just found a way. So as my mom leaves, sorry, I'm not really good at storytelling. I kind of get sidetracked, and I'm sorry. But as my mom leaves, the first gate doesn't fully close. So that's that. It's like halfway closed, right? So I'm in my room. I'm probably in my room for like an hour and a half. I'm like really cleaning. And then I'm like, okay, like I kind of do want to go to Jane's now. Like, let's go. I'm going to go get Haley. And so I go inside. I'm like, which is so weird that I thought this because I never really think about this. But I get inside and I'm like, where's Winnie? That's not normally a thought that goes on in my mind. I just saw Piper in the house and I was like, that's weird that I don't see Winnie because she's always on the floor. But I get inside and I'm like, where's Winnie? That's not normally a thought that goes on in my mind. I just saw Piper in the house and I was like, that's weird that I don't see Winnie because she's always on the floor, like right now. Spoiler alert, we found her.
trying to avoid the camera. You moved it.
Sorry. So I come in and I'm like, uh-oh, where's Winnie? And I knew immediately. I knew because I saw them go outside. So I was like, it's fine. Like, they're not. I thought the gate was fully closed. So I was like, oh, it's fine. Don't worry about it, you know? Right? You know? So then I'm like, I run outside. I was like in a full-on action movie. I was like, go. So I'm outside in the front. And I'm like, I'm not good at explaining. I open the door, because that was a necessary comment. I go out the door. I look outside. The gate, halfway open. Run out of the gate. Look both ways across the street to see if I can see her. Not in my view. Not in my view. So I was like, no, this is hilarious, Winnie. Good Thanksgiving prank. Let me go inside and find you now. I also have to keep quiet, so I'm tippy-toeing. No, I'm actually running. But Haley, I thought Haley was gonna like burst into tears once I told her that her dog was missing. So I was like, gotta keep quiet. I don't want to startle people. I'm going to be quiet. So I did, and I looked in the house like 3 times, and I was like, I couldn't call her name because Haley was gonna come out of her room, which is right there, and be like, what? And I'm like, no, I can't have that happen. So finally, I'm like, oh my god, what do I do? Like, I've never had this happen to me before. She, in her 7 years of living life, like, she's never once escaped, and I was fully like, she's somewhere in the house, and I'm just stupid, and Like, there's no way that this dog actually, like, left the vicinity and is walking around outside. There's no way, right? So I was like, oh my god, what do I do? Get in my car. Is this a good idea? Yeah, I think so. I think I've seen this somewhere. Get in your car when you go and look for a dog, right? So I call up my mom as she's like, enjoy. It paused. But I call up my mom as she's like enjoying her Thanksgiving meal, having a blast with her friends, like whatever. And I'm like, so Winnie is not here. And then, is that a knock?
No, Piper V. Barker.
And then she was like, well, make sure you check this like one other room that sometimes she gets in that we wouldn't normally check. So I was like, okay. So I get out the car. My car is like halfway out the gate. So I run, I check in the room. I'm like, she's in here, she's not. I run back. Haley comes out of the house. Oh my god. And I'm like, hi. And she's like, what's going on? I'm like, nothing. And she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, well, Winnie is not here.
No,
I think she got out.
Your words were,
What?
I'm going to look for Winnie. I was like,
how do I say this lightly? I'm gonna go find our dog. And she's like, okay, let's go. Winnie is not here.
No,
I think she got out.
Your words were,
What?
I'm going to look for Winnie. I was like,
how do I say this lightly? I'm gonna go find our dog. And she's like, okay, let's go. And I was like, what? So also my phone is at 1%, and I don't have a charger in my car except for like on my not on my dashboard, like on the console, like on the center console, there's like a little charger that if you put your phone on, but it's not very strong. Like it just kind of like lets your phone stay at that number. It doesn't really charge it. So I was like, I'm about to be driving around looking for a dog at like, and plus because it's daylight savings time, it gets dark so early. And I was like, this is not good. I'm just gonna drive around. She's gonna be just driving on the street, you know, doing my thing. Driving, nothing. Nothing. How are you supposed to look for a dog? She could have been out for an hour and a half. No idea. Driving. Don't think about her being dead. It's fine. Right? That's what I was telling myself. Haley's just looking out the window. She's just looking out the window enjoying life. Then we're like, oh my god, grand idea. Let's go check the house again. So we go in, we check the house. Haley gets shoes on because we were like, maybe we'll go on foot so we can call her name and she can love us. And so that's what we did. So we're walking around, we're doing our thing. Then I'm like, I'm tired, I'm getting back in my car. But guess what we did? We got some treats. I'm sorry, I can't say that word. We got some, you know what I'm talking about. And we're like, this is perfect, she's gonna love us. Nothing happened. We're driving around for probably like 2.5 hours. Still, nothing's happening. I'm like, oh my god, she's dead. At this point, my mom came back from Jane's and is also looking for her. So we're all looking for her, and we're like, Winnie's a nice dog. She probably went up to the first person she saw. She's in someone's house, and they are going to... Well, she also didn't have a collar on at this time, either. So she probably just, like, went into this house, and she's fine, right? They might want to keep her, but at least she's fine. That's all we cared about. So we're like, she didn't die. We know that because we just looked around our neighborhood for 2 hours. So she didn't die. So we're like, okay, let's sleep. Plus, it's Thanksgiving, so we knew that we wouldn't have gotten an answer until Monday, which sucked. But go to bed, cool.
we called the shelter.
Oh yeah.
Closed.
So we called the shelter. There's also like these little cages that you can put a dog in, but she wasn't there, so we were checking all that. Whatever. So we go to bed. Bloop bloop bloop. Bed.
And she's also chipped.
Oh, she's also chipped, which I don't know what that means, but I think they put like something in her.
Like a microchip, yeah.
Which is so gross.
But not to track her.
Yeah, which is so stupid. Like if
a
you're gonna
vet
put
or
a
a shelter
chip in her,
can-
like track her.
Or a tracking
It scans
chip.
it and then they know.
They can-
Yeah.
it is.
So long story short,
We get a
And
call.
the next morning we're on a
The
phone
shelter.
oh yeah,
And
oh
you're like-
yeah, we
You're
had like a little meeting.
We have
phone
bad
call.
news, and I was like, haha,
Oh, yeah.
Winnie's probably missing, right? Haha. And you guys are like,
Because he loves Winnie.
no. Did you find out somehow? I'm like, you're
How
kidding.
did you know, man?
You're like,
How
no,
did
I'm
you
like-
know? It's so
I'm
weird.
like, you're lying to me.
Yeah.
Her
So long story short,
We get a
And
call.
the next morning we're on a
The
phone call.
shelter.
oh yeah,
And
oh
you're like-
yeah, we
You're
had
like,
like a little meeting.
We have
phone
bad
call.
news, and I was like, haha,
Oh, yeah.
Winnie's probably missing, right? Haha. And you guys are like,
Because he loves Winnie.
no. Did you find out somehow? I'm like, you're
How
kidding.
did you know, man?
You're like,
How
no,
did
and I'm
you
like-
know? It's so
I'm
weird.
like, you're lying to me.
Then we got a call.
When
It was
the
during
shelter
our
called,
call.
Yeah,
the
during
shelter
during
called.
our call, we found out that they had her, the shelter, and that they had had her for the night.
They
and
found
also,
her like.
wait.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
what I wanted to say.
Oh, good.
So the shelter found her. Guess how far she was. 1 street over. She got 1 street until the dog catcher got her. The dog catcher. How sad. How sad is that? So.
Wait, I thought she barged.
Did she go into someone's
Well,
house?
that's what they said the next day, that she had barged.
So at first they said that the dog catcher got her and she was 1 street over. But then we also heard a story that she barged into these people's house and they named her Buddy. And they kept
But the
calling
dog
about
catcher
it.
came and got her from that.
Oh, I see. So she like went a block and went into somebody's house. So I'm sure they were like outside because it was like Thanksgiving. And then she barged into their house. They named her Buddy, and they gave her to the shelter. So we were like, yes, let's go get her dog. And they were like, nope, because you have to let her spend 1 more night here. And we were like,
They were closed.
because it was Thanksgiving weekend. So we were like, oh, okay, but at least we know she's fine. So then 10 o'clock sharp the next day, we were like, go, 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 get our dog. This poor little thing. Also, I'm never going into a shelter again. I was genuinely traumatized because we walked in, and I don't know if anybody's ever been to a shelter, but you walk in, there's this big hallway on the right and left, there's a bunch of crates, and there's so many dogs as you're walking by. They're all barking at you or they're scared, and it's absolutely so sad. If you're getting a dog, please go to the shelter and get one there, and I will come with you. I'm not kidding, because it is so sad. But when he was all the way at the end, she was all the way at the end. Why would they do that to us? They were literally trying to traumatize us. So first, she was actually really nice, but there was like this little police officer who, also her name was Winnie, but told us, go get her card. So we were like, oh yeah, like let's go get her card. I don't know why, but we had to go get her card. So we went and got her card. So we had to walk in. We saw Winnie. All the other dogs are barking. All the other dogs. And I was like, what is Winnie's reaction going to be? Is she going to be barking? Is she going to be laying down? Is she going to care? Is she not? She is scared out of her mind. She is so scared. I don't know if I have a picture, but I'm going to look. And if I do, I have it here. But I also have a video. Let's play the video here. I don't know how to freeze frame, so I just have to stay here. Wow. Okay. So yeah. So then we have to leave her again. So we're like, Winnie, we promise we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. She's like, I've already been here for 2 nights. What are you doing? Why are you leaving? She thought we left her. We have to leave her again. So we're like, Winnie, we promise we're coming back. We're coming back. We're coming back. She's like, I've already been here for 2 nights. What are you doing? Why are you leaving? She thought we left her. So then they give us our dog, and she is excited, and she's really fat. They told us that she was way too fat.
They were trying to verify that she was spayed.
They couldn't verify that. She goes, I think so, but she is a little plump. So in the video that I just showed you, she's just really overweight, but don't blame her. Also, she came home like limping for some reason. I don't know what happened in that 30 minutes before she went into somebody's house, but she's still not this was how long ago was Thanksgiving?
Like a week and a half.
A week and a half ago, so she has not put any weight on it since.
But she's going to the vet.
She's going to the
She's
vet.
probably never walked that far.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Going
But
to the vet in 2
she's
days.
all good. Let's show her. But that's the story of Winnie. Aww, we love her. Thanks for not keeping her, guys. And now I call her Buddy.
She's got plenty of nicknames, and now
Winnie's
it's Buddy too.
new nickname is Buddy. And there's the story. Anyways, I think that was good.
Did you read the question of the day?
Yeah. Hey, what do you say? It's time for the question of the day. Question of the day is refrigerators or microwaves?
They're so different.
No, we need to talk about Outer Banks.
I didn't like that. Are you excited for Outer Banks Season 3 like Haley? Who's your favorite character from Outer Banks?
Oh, that's a good one.
Haley's is JJ. Haley is in love with the JJ.
Wait, is that the guy?
Rudy
What's his name?
Rudith.
Yeah.
Rudith Pacau.
Honkow.
Honkow? There's an N? So Rudith.
P-A.
Never mind, that's just weird.
What?
I was just gonna say something like, Rudith, if you're watching this, my little sister loves you. But then I was like, okay, my
He has a
favorite.
girlfriend, don't say that.
Dang it.
You're
Not
also
after seeing
13.
How old is he?
Like 20.
He's like 23.
But it's okay. Matthew Greg Goobler's like 43, so.
He's older than me? No.
40.
By a year.
He might be 40.
Alexa, how old is Matthew Gray Goobler? I say it right?
Yeah.
How old is he in season
Matthew
7 of
Gray
Criminal
Goobler
Minds?
is 41 years old.
Knew it.
We're the same age.
Hey Alexa, How old was Spencer Reed in season 7 of Criminal Minds?
Oh my god.
Spencer Reed was born on October 1st, 1981.
October 1st? You are so stupid. October 1st.
Oh!
We'll go. He was 1981.
Wait, what was? Do you remember that when he said?
In the car.
What was it? Do you know, Matt? You know,
We were
you're.
gonna tell a story about Caleb, and I was like, I was like, oh, people would die to hear that story. I did not.
Anyways, Anyways, who's your favorite character from Outer Banks? Goodbye. See you later. Cupcakes.